welcome back to Always Creations, where I hope you always get to see some great content. My name is Veronica, and in today's video I'll be doing a DIY Christmas tree skirt. Without further ado, so to create my Christmas tree skirt, I just used the projector and laptop method and traced a panel onto poster paper and cut it out and created the panels for my Christmas tree skirt. Here I'm using fleece fabric, white, green, and red. They're about 2 yards a piece, and I've used this fleece fabric for several different projects throughout my Craftmas series. And I also got all this from Amazon. So this is what the panels look like all cut out. Originally I was just going to do one panel of each color, but then I did 2 panels of each color to make the skirt a lot bigger. Here I'm on my sewing machine. I've already sewed the panels together, so now I'm going around hemming up the areas. I use these little clips instead of pins to hold down the hem, which was a lot safer. I have used the little push pins in the past, but always stuck myself, and now that I have a toddler and an infant, I purchased the clips because they're a lot more safer. I got those clips from Amazon, and I'll put the description in the description box if you are a crafter and you use a sewing machine. And here I just have my Singer sewing machine. I am not an expert, so I won't be doing too many how-to videos using a sewing machine, but I do what works for me. So of course my lines may not be clean, my hemming may not be clean, but my overall goal was to get a good, nice, decent Christmas skirt instead of having to purchase one. And so I want to say in all, if I sat and did this project in one setting, it probably would have took me about 4.5 hours, but with my babies, you know, life. And so I also put words onto my Christmas skirt. So how the pig stole Christmas, so our house theme this year is how the Grinch stole Christmas. And I just created this in my Cricut design space. I'm using my Cricut Explorer Air 2 to cut out the words. Here I'm using red vinyl,
What's going on down there?
heat transfer.
Say it again.
So before I was interrupted, I'm using red and green vinyl. So the Cricut has cut out the words. I don't necessarily like to show the Cricut cutting out because that is like self-explanatory, but since I am not using like a cursive script, I had to cut out the words separately and then place them onto the Christmas skirt. And so I'm just ironing down those words. I'm using like some scrap fabric that I have because I seem to keep misplacing my Teflon sheet. And I'm just going over the words, making sure they adhere. With fleece, since it's not like a regular cotton fabric, I just make sure that it's on there securely. And so I did have, you know, after lifting up the fabric, there was some areas that it was not all the way down. Now this fabric, that wasn't all the way down. And so I'm just making sure that it's all good to go. So now I'm going in adding Pickett, which is our family's last name. Now with this script, it was the holiday script from within Cricut Design Space, and when I tried to decrease the letter spacing, it just, all of the letters overlapped with each other. So I had to print it out individually. So most cursive scripts should work wonders when you decrease the line space, as to have all the letters connecting, and then you just use the welded application in the Cricut Design Space to make sure that the Cricut knows that you want to cut it all together. but with our last name that did not work. So I had to weed all of that out individually. The weeding process took the longest, and yeah, it was just long. Um, I'm going in with the last word, Christmas. So I chose this font because I think it was the best font that replicated how the Grinch stole Christmas. And I like the font. And then I just went in with the red, green, red pattern so that the instead of making it all red and all green, just giving it some diversity within the colors and with the scheme of the entire theme of the house. So now I'm just going in, repositioning everything, making sure everything lines up the way I want it. Giving it a little space in between, and then giving it enough like length from the tree, because what I did notice when I was making the initial cuts, I should have before cutting out the template, I should have placed it underneath the tree to see how long it was. So it was a little bit shorter than what I like, and so I just have it coming off of the Christmas tree just a tad bit, so that if anyone comes to our house and they see the skirt, they can see the words. And so now I'm about to go in with the scrap fabric using my Easy Press Mini and going over the words. Pretty much my Easy Press Mini works for all of the projects I've done with heat bond, vinyl. I'm trying to think what else I used my Easy Press for. Making my kids shirts for my son's baby shower. It gets the job done. It's not as big as the other ones, but it definitely gets the job. It definitely gets the job done. Of course, if I had the bigger ones, I would have been done. You see, it was a little tricky there using this scrap fabric, and that O got a little caught. It wasn't on there right. But yeah, if I had the bigger Easy Press, it definitely would have took me a lot longer, because I'm literally just having to press down. With my Easy Press Mini, I am basically ironing on there. With the bigger ones, you're literally just pressing, holding, and you don't have to do the whole back and forth like I'm doing with the Easy Press Mini. So I'm going in with the last word, making sure that all of the letters are down, and I'm rubbing my finger over, making sure that none of them are coming up. And so the C was coming up just a tad bit. And then I'm just getting all the little fibers off from the scrap fabric, and it is done. Here is the finished project.
Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you truly enjoyed it. Vlogmas with a crafty twist. If you have not done so already, please like, comment below any projects you would like for me to do, and please suggest any useful techniques you think will be helpful on my crafting journey. And also, please subscribe. Thank you again, and have a happy holiday.